Skol, Vikings Nation. What's up, my fellow purple-blooded warriors? Can you believe it? Another gut-wrenching Thursday night that left us all screaming at our screens? I'm your die-hard Vikings fan, breaking down the latest from Vikings news, and tonight, we're diving deep into that brutal 37-10 smackdown against the Los Angeles Chargers. We walked in hoping to shake off that Eagles loss like we always do. But man, this one hit different. Stick with me through these 15 pulse-pounding scenes, because by the end, you'll be fired up for what's next. Who's ready to roar back? Let's charge in. The air was thick with hope at SoFi Stadium, purple flags waving like a sea of fury after our Week 7 stumble against Philly. We Vikings fans know our boys have this magical knack for bouncing back. Every loss this season turned into a statement win, right? But as the clock ticked down on Thursday, that hope? It evaporated faster than a Minnesota winter mist. The Chargers, led by that gunslinger Justin Herbert, didn't just beat us. They pummeled us, 37-10, exposing cracks we can't ignore. It's the kind of night that tests your fandom, but hey, that's why we bleed purple. Picture this. Carson Wentz dropping back, eyes scanning a patchwork offensive line that's held together with more grit than tape. We all felt it coming. That sense of dread as the Chargers' pass rush circled like sharks. This wasn't just a loss. It was a wake-up call from Vikings news headlines screaming for change. But hold up. What if I told you this disaster could spark our fiercest comeback yet? Grab your horn, because Scene 2's about to drop the hammer on why Wentz's Warrior days might be numbered. Oh man, Vikings faithful, let's talk about our quarterback situation. It's time, isn't it? Carson Wentz, the grizzled vet we brought in to steady the ship, looked like he was fighting a losing battle behind an O-line that's seen better days. Sacked 5 times in that Chargers thriller, pushing his season total to a whopping 19 hits over just 5 starts. That's not football. That's a demolition derby. He gutted it out, completing 15 of 27 for a measly 144 yards, 1 TD that only happened thanks to 2 Charger penalties, and yeah, that pick-six vibe interception. Heart? The guy's got oceans of it, dropping back hurt and still slinging. But come on, fam, this experiment feels like it's run its course. We watched him hobble, absorb punishment that would break lesser men, and still flash that fire we love. Stats don't lie. 19 sacks mean pressure on every snap, turning potential plays into survival mode. From Vikings news updates, it's clear Wentz's toughness is legendary. But when your line's leaking like a sieve, even a lion gets caged. I felt every hit in my soul, yelling at the TV like, "Protect the king." Yet deep down, we know change is brewing. Who's your pick to step in JJ McCarthy time or a trade bombshell? Drop your thoughts below. I need to hear it. That one touchdown, a bailout gift from the refs, was our lone spark. A 20-yard dart to Justin Jefferson that had us jumping for a second. But then reality crashed back. The Chargers de-swarmed, and Wentz's arm looked heavy, like carrying the weight of US Bank Stadium on his shoulders. Credit where due, he played every snap with purple pride, no quit in those eyes. But Vikings Nation, this isn't sustainable. It's a recipe for more bruises than breakthroughs. As we head into Detroit, imagine a fresh arm lighting it up. Tease alert. The defense's meltdown next will have you raging. Stay locked in. All right, Purple Army, shift gears to that defense. Our once feared purple people eaters turned into Swiss cheese Thursday night, and it stings worse than a Lions trash talk. Sure, we've got injury excuses on offense, but this unit, largely healthy minus Andrew Van Ginkel's absence, and they still let the Chargers run wild for 207 rushing yards. Justin Herbert's no slouch, one of the NFL's elite QBs, but Kamani Vidal, that 2024 sixth-round rookie, carved us up for 117 yards like it was a backyard barbecue. 9 of 13 third downs converted? That's not bending, that's breaking. I replayed those highlights from Vikings news a dozen times. Heart-sinking as Vidal juked our linebackers like cones in practice. Our secondary, usually lockdown, got torched on key passes, and that late collapse against Philly? This was the encore nobody wanted. Brian Flores scheming all week, yet we couldn't stuff the run. 207 yards is a highway, not a trench war. Fans, did you see those third down chains moving like clockwork? This got me worried, but fired up too. What adjustment do you want next week? More blitzes or gap control? Hit the comments. Let's scheme together. Even with Herbert's magic, 3 TDs, 0 turnovers, our D had moments, like Harrison Smith's near pick, but they fizzled. The crowd at SoFi smelled blood early, and we couldn't stem the tide, allowing 37 points that felt like 70. From the official Vikings updates, it's clear, health isn't the issue. Execution is. This dreadful showing, just 4 days after the Eagles' fiasco, erodes confidence faster than a bad draft pick. But here's the hook. Offense's ground game flop incoming, and it'll make your blood boil. Who's with me? Vikings fans, let's grind our teeth over the run game. Another week, another faceplant that screams, fix this now. We fell behind early by 2 scores. Sure, but that's no alibi for totaling just 11 carries on 31 yards. Xavier Scott salvaged 16 of those on a garbage time drive. Props to the kid, but the other 9? 5 gained 2 yards or less, like running into a brick wall named Derwin James. This isn't winning football. It's punt city purgatory, and after preaching balance all off-season, it feels like betrayal. From Vikings news breakdowns, our O-line couldn't create creases, leaving backs dancing for daylight that never came. Aaron Jones, our workhorse, looked frustrated, stuffed at the line on crucial downs. 31 yards total is rookie minicamp stuff, not playoff push material. I was pacing my living room yelling, "Feed the beast!" But the play calling stayed pass-heavy, feeding the Charger Wolves. Stats hit hard. No rhythm without the run, turning Wentz into a sitting duck. Tell me, nation, do we draft a mauler in 26? Or coach up these guys? Your take keeps me sane. That final drive, Scott's 2 bursts for 16 yards. It was too little, too late. A flicker in the dark. We needed 100+ to control the clock. We're down their D, but instead we gifted Herbert short fields. Kevin O'Connell's got vision for a ground-and-pound attack, yet injuries and miscues derailed it. Heading into divisional wars, this can't repeat. Imagine pounding the Lions like we should. Teaser. Penalties struck again, biting us where it hurts most. Buckle up. Scene 6 is savage. Oh, the penalties. Vikings Nation, they're like that annoying relative at Thanksgiving who ruins the vibe every time. 8 flags for 66 yards Thursday, including killer calls after Miles Price's big returns turned momentum to dust. It's the 6th time in 7 games we've racked up 7+ penalties. And guess what? We've dropped 4 of those battles. Discipline? More like self-sabotage, turning positive plays into purple penalties that swing games. Vikings news highlighted those post-return infractions, offsides, holdings that erased 30-yard gains, like salt in the wound. Our guys fought hard, but mental errors piled on physical ones, especially with potential O-line absences looming against Detroit. Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw might sit, add flags, and it's a recipe for chaos. I cringed at each whistle, thinking, not again. Fans, how do we drill this out? Fines, film sessions. Share your fix. We're in this trenches together. Miles Price, electric on returns, sparked hope with those bombs, only for Yellow Laundry to yank it away. Frustrating doesn't cover it. 6th straight penalty-plagued game means habits die hard, costing us possessions and points. From the tape, it's clear, focus slips under lights. But amid the mess, resilience shines. Next week's Lions clash demands 0 excuses. Hook. Despite the wreckage, the road ahead could redefine everything. Scene 7's your battle cry. Phew, deep breath, purple warriors. This brutal beatdown has us licking wounds, but let's zoom out. The next 4 weeks, they're do or die, the crucible that forges champions or footnotes. We hit the road to Detroit after a much-needed rest, then host the Ravens and Bears before storming Lambeau for the Packers. 3 divisional dogfights in 4. Talk about a gauntlet that'll make or break our NFC North dreams. Vikings news is buzzing. The 1-5 Ravens, total letdown so far, offer a get-right spot, but slip here and we're buried. Stats scream urgency. We've clawed from losses before, but consecutive LS sting fresh at 3-4. Imagine sweeping the Bears and Lions, stealing one in Green Bay. That's playoff fuel. I get chills thinking of US Bank erupting for Baltimore week. What matchup excites you most? Comment now. Let's predict scores. The Lions, hungry atop the division, await with that Jared Goff precision. But our pass rush could feast if we rally. Ravens, Lamar less limp, prime for Justin Jefferson fireworks. Then Bears, young guns, Packers rivalry fire. Four foes, infinite glory. This stretch defines us, ground to make up or ground to lose. Tease. Circling back to Wentz's saga with fresh injury buzz. Scene 8 unpacks it all. Hey, looping back to Wentz, new Vikings news whispers say he's banged up bad. Limping off with trainers eyeing ribs and that throwing shoulder. 5 sacks aren't just numbers. They're x-rays of a body pushed to the brink. We praised his heart last seen, but reports confirm. He's playing through fire that'd sideline most. J.J. McCarthy warmed the bench as emergency third-stringer again. Kid looked sharp in warm-ups, dodging Jefferson like college days. Is the torch passing imminent? Details from the locker room. Wentz iced post-game, jaw set in determination, but coaches dodged status questions. 19 sacks this year? That's trauma, folks. His velocity dipped noticeably on deep balls. Fans, I love Carson's grit, that underdog fire echoing 22 playoffs. But mercy might save the season. Would you pull him for McCarthy's fresh legs? Hit reply. Your voice echoes in Egan. That lone TD pass, penalty-aided or not, showed flashes. A tight window strike to JJ that hushed SoFi. But interceptions lurk when you're hurting. That pick was telegraphed pain. Vikings updates hint at imaging Monday, cross fingers, but prep for change. This pivot could unlock our offense. Up next, defensive woes dissected deeper, with Van Ginkel's void hitting hard. Scene 9's defensive deep dive. Let's rage. Diving deeper into the D, that 207 rush yards. A rookie like Vidal owning us for 117 exposes our front seven's fatigue. Healthy roster or not, post-Eagles collapse lingered. Third down stops. Zilch on 9 tries. Flores blitz packages got stuffed. Linebackers bit on play action like amateurs. Herbert diced us for 227 yards. 3 scores. No pressure meant party time for LA. From Vikings news film rooms, its gap integrity crumbling. Run fits ignored, pursuit angles wide open. Ivan Pace Jr. flash tackles, but solo efforts can't cover a scheme leak. 37 points allowed? Echoes of 21 nightmares. But we've rebounded from worse. Brothers and sisters, do we need vet additions at trade deadline? Spill it, your strategies fuel the fire. Harrison Smith's veteran eyes nearly snagged 2 picks, but drops and routes burned us. Healthy D should swarm. Instead, we wilted under lights. Official reports. Van Ginkel's neck holds him out. Dallas Turner steps up, but depth thins. This isn't our identity. Reclaim it in Detroit. Teaser. Run game's autopsy reveals coaching tweaks ahead. Scene 10 tears it open. Autopsying the run game further, 11 carries? That's not a plan. It's a prayer unanswered. Early deficits forced passing, but even then we abandoned the pound. Jones' vision stifled by creases the size of toothpicks. 4.5 yards per tote season average? Thursday tanked it to sub-3. O-line pancakes? None. Just pancakes for the Chargers' rush. Vikings news notes. Play calling skewed 60 to 40 pass despite pre-game run preach. Injuries to tackles loom larger now. Without them versus Lions' Aiden Hutchinson? Yikes. Scott's garbage time grit hints potential, but starters must eat clock early. Fam, envision 25 carries gashing Detroit. That's our blueprint. What's your ideal RB rotation? Comment chaos. Those 5 short yardage stops? Teachable moments turn tragedies. Stuffed at the goal line. Momentum murdered. KOC's analytics love balance, yet execution faltered. Fresh off by potential, zone tweaks for creases. This flaw fixed flips scripts. Hook. Penalty parades patterns predict pain. Scene 11 flags fly high. Penalties again. 8 for 66, but impact? Massive, erasing Price's 40-yard returns like magic tricks gone wrong. Holding on blocks, false starts on third, and Gonez, it's the 6th multi-flag fiasco in 7, correlating to 4 losses. Discipline dips in prime time, nerves or prep. Breaking it down via Vikings news. Special teams flags post-return killed field position wars. With O-tackles iffy, more pressure means more whistles. Hutchinson feasts on chaos. We find, filmed but habits haunt. Nation veteran leadership call out, or youth fire. Your wisdom wins wars. Miles Price's speed thrilled, 230-plus returns. But yellow fever followed, gifting LA short fields. 6 straight, pattern screams systemic. Post-game Zimmer-era echoes, clean it or bleed. But resilience rises, next stretch demands 0 slop. Teaser, divisional doom or dominance. Scene 12 maps the minefield, that Detroit trek. After rest, we face NFC North Kings with everything on the line. Lions run D elite, but our pass could exploit. 3-4 record? We've surged from here before. Remember 19 turnaround? Make ground, steal division souls. What's your bold prediction? Upset special. Vikings news previews. Goff versus our secondary, key to chaos. Long rest heals bodies, sharpens schemes. Flores versus Dan Campbell fireworks. Ravens next. 1-5 squad ripe for plucking, but underdogs bite. Host them at home? Purple rain incoming. Fans, score guess? Engage now. Travel weariness? Nah, our road warriors thrive. This week's prep. Run heavy to counter Aiden. Victory here catapults us. Up next, Baltimore breakdown, where disappointment meets destiny. Scene 13's Raven roast. Ravens hosting 1-5 utter flops with Lamar sidelined but backup sneaky. We feasted on middling squads. This rebound rocket. Jefferson versus their secondary. Mismatch mania, expect 150 yards easy. Turn purple pain into points. From updates. Baltimore's degassed, ripe for ground game revival. KOC schemes tricks, RPOs galore. Win here evens us at 4-4, momentum monster. Brothers, do we smash or stumble? Your optimism or shade? Comment City. Their disappointment? Our delight? Scout reports say cracks everywhere. Home field thunder roars back. Tease, Bears brawl then pack punch. Scene 14's NFC frenzy. Bears at home, young pups with Caleb Williams flash, but our vets devour. Divisional dub keeps pace. Then Green Bay gauntlet, rivalry reeks of October blood. 3-4, conquer, claim crown. Vikings news hypes. Jefferson owns Cheetown, run D stuffs swift light. Lambeau? Night game nerves, but history favors us late. This quartet? Playoff passport or winter woes? What's your must-win? Spill. Packers love tests our bend, don't break. Shatter. For foes, one fate. Final scene seals the surge. Let's end epic. Vikings Nation. We've raged through wreckage, but purple pride pulses eternal. From Wentz's wounds to D's despair, penalties plague. This 37-10 scar fuels fire. Next 4, Destiny's door. Kick it down. Skull to the roar back. You've stuck through 15 scenes of straight talk. Now, smash like drop skull in comments with your Lions hot take. Subscribe for daily Vikings news drops and share with your crew. Who's with me? We rise. Purple forever.